Now that we know how to create variables, let's learn how to actually work with their values. So far, we've already used several different types in our examples. Every value in Dart has a type. The type tells Dart what kind of data a variable can store and what operations can be performed on it. In this section, we'll take a closer look at the most common types you'll use in Dart. String stores text. Int stores whole numbers. Double stores decimal numbers. Bool stores true or false. List stores multiple values in a single variable. Let's start with string. The first primitive type is string. A string is used to store text. It can contain names, messages, email addresses, URLs, passwords, or any other sequence of characters. Whenever you work with text in Dart, you'll use the string type. Let's create our first string variable and print it to the console. As you can see, the value stored inside the variable is displayed in the console. Very often you'll need to combine multiple strings together. Instead of concatenating them manually, Dart provides string interpolation. To insert a variable into a string, simply place a $sign before its name. Dart automatically replaces the variable with its value. In this example, first name and last name are combined into a single string. Sometimes you don't just want to insert a variable. You may also want to evaluate an expression. In that case, put the expression inside curly braces and add a $sign before them. Here, Dart first calculates age plus 1 and then inserts the result into the string. The string class also provides many useful methods for working with text. Let's look at some of the most common ones. The first method is length. It returns the number of characters in a string. Since the word Alex contains 4 characters, the result is 4. Next is to uppercase method. This method converts every character to uppercase. The opposite method is to lowercase. It converts every character to lowercase. The contains method checks whether a string contains a specific sequence of characters. Here we're checking whether Alex contains LA. Since it does, the result is true. Next, let's look at the int type. An int is used to store whole numbers. For example, age, score, quantity, or any value without a decimal point. Let's create an int variable and print it to the console. As you can see, the value is displayed exactly as it was stored. Since int represents numbers, we can perform mathematical operations on them. The plus operator adds 2 numbers together. The minus operator subtracts one number from another. The asterisk operator multiplies 2 numbers. The division operator divides 2 numbers. Notice that even though both values are integers, the result is a double. We'll talk about the double type in the next section. If you only need the whole number, use the integer division operator. It removes the decimal part and returns an integer. The modulo operator returns the remainder after division. 10 divided by 3 equals 3 with a remainder of 1. We can also compare int values using comparison operators. A comparison always returns a bool value, either true or false. Let's look at each operator step by step. The greater than operator checks whether the value on the left is greater than the value on the right. 10 is greater than 5, so the result is true. The less than operator checks whether the value on the left is less than the value on the right. 10 is not less than 5, so the result is false. The greater than or equal to operator checks whether the value on the left is greater than or equal to the value on the right. 10 is greater than 5, so the result is true. The less than or equal to operator checks whether the value on the left is less than or equal to the value on the right. 10 is neither less than nor equal to 5, so the result is false. The equality operator checks whether 2 values are equal. 10 and 5 are not equal, so the result is false. The not equal operator checks whether 2 values are different. 10 and 5 are different, so the result is true. Just like string, the int type also provides useful properties and methods. The isEven property checks whether a number is even. Since 15 cannot be divided evenly by 2, the result is false. The isOdd property does the opposite. It checks whether a number is odd. Since 15 is an odd number, the result is true. The abs method returns the absolute value of a number. If the number is negative, it becomes positive. Finally, toString converts a number into a string. This is useful whenever you need to display numbers inside text or send them somewhere that expects a string. Next, let's look at the double type. A double is used to store numbers with a decimal point. For example, prices, temperatures, percentages, coordinates, or any value that requires decimal precision. Let's create a double variable and print it to the console. As you can see, the decimal part is preserved. Just like int, we can perform mathematical and comparison operations with double values, so we won't go through them again here. Let's move to the common methods. The double type also provides many useful methods. The round method rounds a number to the nearest whole number. The floor method always rounds down to the nearest whole number. The ceil method always rounds up to the nearest whole number. The toint method converts a double into an int by removing the decimal part. The toString as fixed method formats a number with a fixed number of decimal places. This is especially useful when displaying prices or measurements. Let's see another example. Here we display only 2 digits after the decimal point. Next, let's look at the bool type. A bool can store only 2 values, true or false. It is commonly used to represent yes or no, enabled or disabled, logged in or logged out, and many other situations where there are only 2 possible states. Let's create a Boolean variable and print it to the console. As you can see, the value is either true or false. One of the most common uses of a Boolean value is inside conditions. Here, the condition evaluates to true, so the code inside the if statement is executed. If the value were false, nothing would be printed. Since the condition is now false, the code inside the if statement is skipped. We'll learn much more about if statements later in this course. Boolean values are often combined using logical operators. Dart provides 3 logical operators: AND, OR, and NOT. 2 ampersands mean AND. It requires both conditions to be true. Here both is logged in and is premium are true, so the condition succeeds and the first block is executed. Now let's change one of the values. This time, is premium is false. Since one of the conditions is no longer true, the entire expression becomes false. That's why the else block is executed. 2 vertical bars mean OR. Only one condition needs to be true. Here, is moderator is true, so the condition succeeds. Let's change is moderator to false. Now both conditions are false. Since neither condition is satisfied, the result is false and the else block is executed. The exclamation mark operator means not. It simply reverses a Boolean value. Here, is logged in is false. After applying the exclamation mark, the condition becomes true, so the first block is executed. Now let's change the value. This time, is logged in is true. After applying the exclamation mark, the condition becomes false. That's why the else block is executed. Next, let's look at list, one of the most commonly used collection types in Dart. A list is an ordered collection of objects. You can think of it as a container that stores multiple values in a single variable. Instead of creating separate variables for each fruit, we can store them all inside one list. Here we're storing 3 strings inside a single variable. When we print the list, Dart displays all of its elements. Every element in a list has an index. Dart starts counting from 0, not 1. So the first element has index 0, the second has index 1, and so on. We can use the index to access a specific element in the list. For example, if we access fruits at index 0, we get apple. At index 1, we get banana, and at index 2, we get orange. This is something you'll see not only in Dart, but in most programming languages. Just like other Dart types, list also provides many useful properties and methods. The add method adds a new element to the end of the list. The remove method removes the first matching element from the list. The length property returns the number of elements in the list. The contains method checks whether the list contains a specific element. The first property returns the first element in the list. The last property returns the last element in the list. The isEmpty property checks whether the list contains any elements. If the list has at least one element, the result is false. And that's the basic idea behind list in Dart. Next, let's look at control flow and see how we can make our code behave differently.